where Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi has rushed to Forest High School, where we believe a grade 10 pupil has been stabbed to death. Let's listen in.
Well, ironically, we are doing very well in that space. It's just that when incidents of this nature occur, you have no choice but to reflect on your strategies. We've got a very strong unit that traces gangs. We've got a very strong unit that makes searches. I mean, the principal confirmed that we have made several body searches of learners in the school. We have a very strong linkage between the police and the school. I mean, there is a police person that is specifically assigned to the school and interact with the school. So all the schools that we have identified they have problems, we've assigned a police, we've assigned a police station, we do body searches, we put them under a microscope. The reality is that we don't have any intelligence capacity as a schooling environment. So you don't know who's about to attack who. You can only protect it. And I think the mere fact that it took place outside the school premises, at least it has that indication that within the schooling environment, there are systems to protect this kind of thing. So you need the broader community to assist you to work on these particular matters. But where we are, when an incident of this nature happens, we then quickly go back to our strategies to say, do our strategies work? Do we have to strengthen it? Which areas do we need to strengthen? And how do we deal with those particular matters? So we will do that. But generally, I mean, we've got a program where we are taking problematic learners to stay in a prison for a day, just to interact with prisoners, especially young prisoners, so that they can see the situation in prison. And that has assisted us to really have a number of them withdrawing out of gang-related matters. But if you take this matter, you take the school in El Rado Park, Freedom Park High School, and you take the attitude of learners there, you can see that there is this thing that we need to tackle, and there is this thing that we need to attack, and attack mercilessly, which is gang-related activities within our schooling environment. And be assured, we'll strengthen that approach.
What action will be taken against all the boys who are involved? And secondly, we understand that this has been ongoing for quite some time. Has the school, the FGB, and maybe the community intervened in any way, to your knowledge?
Well, we are going through a process of strengthening the South African Schools Act. And I'm a proponent to say you can't recycle the problem. The current laws says all the learners that did what they've done now, or the learner that they've done where this horrendous did, that particular learner must be taken to another school. That's what the law says. They can expel him, but because education is a constitutional right, when you expel the learner, the onus is now on the department and the district to find another school. So we are basically transferring a problem from one school to another school and endangering learners in another school. So we are now in the process of reviewing the South African Schools Act. And our argument is very simple and very strong. These learners must go to rehabilitation first. It's only when they've performed and the report indicates they're in a good mind, it's then that we can take them to another school. But you can't just transfer them to another school, even though we've got programs that they must do. Reality is that we are transferring and recycling the problem. So this political term that we're in now, one of the areas that one wants to strengthen and really work very hard with the national minister is to strengthen this aspect. Because we've got lots and lots of learners, especially those that are using drugs and those that are carrying weapons, that you remove them from one school, you are just planting them in another school, and the same situation arises, and we have to remove them from one school and to another school. So you need a very strong rehabilitation program of government where they have to write tests, they have to be checked, and when they are performing very well, that's when they qualify to be placed to another school. So it's an area that I'm very, very passionate about it, and it's an area that will push very, very strong when we review the South African Schools Act.
Was the intervention, especially with the knowledge that this was going on, the school intervened, the SGB, or members of the community?
Well, I don't want to play a blame game here. The principal gave me a detailed report of the learner concerned. and other learners and the difficulties that they are facing as a school. This is the kind of intervention that I really believe that we need to pull out. We are quite aware. I mean, I think there are 3 schools around this area. It's Kenilworth, it's the Fakkel, that have a similar pattern, that you need to intervene differently from normal intervention in other schools, because the situation is unique. I mean, for example, the school feel that they are not safe where they are, the area where the school is located, that they sometimes feel that if learners are outside the school premises, we have to get all the male teachers to assist you to go and pull the learners outside, purely because they can be attacked and their lives can be at risk. So we need to find a new mechanism on dealing with those kind of things. And I really believe that we'll work them together with the school. We'll find that particular mechanism, and the law enforcement agencies will assist us to do those issues.
I live in the area for more than 20 years. This school gives us problems every day. And the learners and the principal, I live in number 7 and
Sure.
most of the time we see the learners smoking ganja outside. And the teachers are outside watching the people drinking alcohol in the taxi ride.
Yeah, that's the part that I've raised before you arrived.
And the principal knows what is going on in this area.
And the principal raised that issue with me.
First time happened. Last time was under one step again, step under one. If the principal knows really how we can raise this issue in the community, he's supposed to make sure.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks. I know.
Do we have any other from the media, guys?
MEC, do we have any indication of why the 3 learners were at school if they were not?
That's Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi addressing the media out in Turffontein after reports that 2 grade 8 pupils had stabbed a grade 10 pupil to death. Unfortunately, we missed the first part of his briefing where he addressed that matter specifically. But what we did hear him is speaking about them having to relook the SA Schools Act under pertaining to the process of it being reviewed, about the law which says that perpetrators who are at school of perpetrators of crime must be taken to another school, and he says that's not necessarily the best thing to do. We'll get more on that developing story over the next while. Our reporter Lindo Kuhle Kulu is on the scene.